You've been lied to. You've been told that watching porn and masturbating all the time is normal, healthy even. That it's just a release. That there's no harm in it. But this is far from the truth. This habit is stealing your energy, your discipline, your ambition, and your ability to live a life that you would be proud of. This is being pushed as normal because society wants you to be addicted, because an addicted man is a weak man, and a weak man is easy to control. Like other gurus online, if you stick to the end, you will actually have all the information to break this habit for good. Did you know that 4 out of 5 men are addicted to watching porn? They wake up, start scrolling on their phone, not even leaving their bed for at least an hour, and then start wanking off. Then they repeat this before going to bed. And if they are lucky, they are able to do it multiple times throughout the day as well. So, if I'm watching something that makes me feel happy, why is it bad for me? This question doesn't make sense until you look at your brain. It's not designed for the level of stimulation porn provides. It's like hijacking your own reward system, flooding it with fake wins, while you accomplish nothing. Every time you watch porn, or even scroll social media, you're spiking your dopamine, your brain's reward chemical. But unfortunately, your brain only has so much dopamine to give. When you keep hitting it with artificial highs, real life starts to feel dull. Work, boring, reading, too slow, talking to a real woman, anxiety-inducing. Why? Because your brain is trained to crave instant pleasure with zero effort. Now think about this from a Stoic lens. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The Stoics believed that the path to greatness is through discomfort. Porn teaches you the opposite, that you can feel good without doing anything. This is slowly rewiring your brain, training you to be lazy, depressed, low energy, disgusted in yourself, and like you're failing at life. You don't realize how much this habit is costing you, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. Studies show that consistent porn use is also linked to anxiety, brain fog, erectile dysfunction, and social disconnection. But more importantly, it kills your drive and the voice in your head that says you should get up and work on building yourself as a man, hit the gym, build an empire, and take back your life. When your energy is low, you start to doubt yourself. You start overthinking. You scroll more, sleep more, complain more, and you start building an identity around failure. You feel lazy, lethargic, hopeless, and you will start to fail more at the things you try. You will feel like you don't matter, like everything you do is pointless, and even if you put in your 100%, it wouldn't make a difference. This one habit of overstimulation is ruining your life, the silent killer. But now that we know what the problem is, we can actually fix it. It might sound hard to start, like an impossible feat, but if you really want to eliminate this from your life, just push through when it gets hard and trust the process. Number 1, self-control. The reason why you have tried to quit cold turkey in the past and you failed is because you didn't build the mental toughness required to quit. This is built by a method you might have heard before, the less fap method. Essentially, every time you start fapping, grab a notebook, whiteboard, or even your phone notes and track how many times a month you fap. It might be wise to call it something else. Imagine if your mother came in and saw your fapping tracker notebook on your desk. Filled with tallies, you're cooked. You want to establish two things: your average faps per week and your faps per month. Then you just put as much energy into fapping 2 less times a week. Or if you really can't reduce it in a week, then aim for 2 less a month. Unlike all the gurus will tell you online, it takes time to break bad habits. From there, you will work on fapping just a little less each week until you eventually quit fapping altogether. 2. Social media. But if this is all you do, you will relapse like a little worm. These fapping sessions started when you started watching porn, so if we don't address it, you will fail. Unless you're creating videos for social media, you need to get off of it, because this gives you the perfect opportunity to wank off, and also provides overstimulation. But how I've tried deleting it from my phone hundreds of times, but I just keep re-downloading it. It's because you haven't built the mental toughness to stop. Pull out your phone, go to your homepage, and look at the TikTok app. All of a sudden you feel your blood start to rush. Your heart starts to beat faster. The logo is all you can focus on. Notice this. Feel the urge to open the app, but don't. Just spend as much willpower as you can to stop yourself. Chances are you will give in and open it, scrolling as fast as possible until you find your favorite TikTok girl. But believe it or not, this method of stopping yourself builds mental discipline. If you become aware every time you want to open TikTok or Instagram, and you try to overcome this urge for as long as possible, after a month you will find yourself doom scrolling less and eventually eliminate it altogether. It is very difficult to stop scrolling in the middle of a doom scroll because social media companies have spent millions of dollars to get you hooked and addicted to their content. But it's possible to reclaim your life and live in the real world if you put in the work. The third and final way to truly break free is to become busy. When do you usually start scrolling and fapping? When there is nothing better to do and you are bored. If we just cut out both of these activities, you will have endless free time with nothing to do. Also, because we just took out the only things in your life that make you feel good, you might go into a depressive rut. This is normal, and if you just trust the process for 2 to 3 weeks, you will feel happier than you ever have in your entire life. Just fill this time with the activities you know you need to do, like cleaning your room, doing homework, and the dishes. You could also just take a walk outside for an hour. I recommend you to experiment with different hobbies and tasks and find which ones you enjoy. Chances are you will find your next lifelong passion in the first 5 things you try, but you don't know unless you try different things. If you're ready to break free from these evil desires and live a life worth living, then hit that subscribe button so you can see when my next video comes out. If you trust the process and work on this, eventually you will succeed and break free. It will take time, but what is better, trying to find a quick fix that doesn't work, or putting in some time and ending this habit for good? You have all the information you need to break yourself free. Now go do it. I'm rooting for your success.